Welcome to Old Word New Use, the laziest way to learn English. You already know the words, we just explore their numerous uses. And today we'll go through 10 of 20 idioms that everyone should know. I call them ABC-idioms because I'll give you an idiom for each letter of the English alphabet, excluding some idiom-poor letters and thus bringing the total count down to 20 idioms. Before we begin, I want to ask you to help me grow this channel and serve you better, so please hit the subscribe button below and like this video. I thank you. Now let us begin. Idiom A. Actions speak louder than words. There are two types of people. First, there are people who talk about their plans or their superior personal qualities, but their talking doesn't amount to much. But there's a second type. Those are the people that do what needs to be done and let their actions do the talking instead. That's why we say actions speak louder than words.
Sorry, yeah, it was an accident.
You know, I'm beginning to think you don't like Barkley that much. I mean, first you hide him in the guest room and now this.
It's ridiculous. I didn't mean to hurt it.
First of all, let's cut the it's. He is a he. And you can pretend to be innocent all you want, but action speaks louder than words.
Yeah, they can be very revealing.
Mr. Caffrey, do you deserve to be free?
That's not for me to decide. I won't sit here and give you some monologue about how reformed I am. Actions speak louder than words, and hopefully my actions while in service to the FBI say more than I can.
I think that we should,
break up.
But I really like you.
Actions speak louder than words, which is why I'm going to be dating your best friend.
Idiom B. To bark up the wrong tree. All you need to imagine is a dog barking at a cat which had climbed up a tree to get away from the dog. And while the cat is long gone via the branches of the nearby trees, the dog keeps barking up the wrong tree. To bark up the wrong tree means to be mistaken or to look for solutions in the wrong place. If your neighbor downstairs is blasting music, but you go upstairs and scream at the neighbor you think is blasting music, you're barking up the wrong tree. Here are some more examples.
Put those away and we can talk.
Why are you with the vampire that killed my dad?
You're barking up the wrong tree. She didn't kill your pops.
So what's this all about?
Tell me about Talia Suarez.
Who's Talia Suarez?
The girl we found murdered in Racker's Cove.
What's that got to do with me?
We found this in her diary.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, it's, interactive. I can just show it to you.
You're barking up the wrong tree. No. You want this machine to stand out from every other machine on the floor. You gotta stop talking about the machine and you gotta start talking about the people that made it.
Idiom C. To cost an arm and a leg. To cost an arm and a leg means to cost too much or to be too expensive. If you don't check the oil in your car with some regularity, it may cost you an arm and a leg when the engine dies and you have to replace it.
You know, if it's a money issue, we can work something out.
Money doesn't solve everything. But you're lucky if you got money, because renovating your plumbing is gonna cost you an arm and maybe a leg, as we say around here. If not, hey, both arms and both legs, right?
What was this place for, then? Was it like a record of your life history, for posterity? You plonker. You didn't even divorce Sandy, did you? That's going to cost you an arm and a leg, mate.
This one is from the movie Stuntmen. Stuntmen are those crazy people who replace actors during the dangerous scenes and can lose a limb or two in the process.
How you doing, bud? Hey, how the hell do you guys get accident insurance? It must cost you an arm and a leg. That's a good one, huh? Arm and a leg. Have a good day, all right?
Idiom D. Don't give up your day job. We all have a day job. A job at the office, a job driving a truck, a job making YouTube videos. A day job is how we earn our living. Now, if your friend tells you a bad joke, Or your girlfriend asks you if you liked her scrambled eggs for the 7th day in a row. You can answer by saying, "Don't give up your day job," which is another way for saying, "You are terrible at this." Yeah, it's sarcastic, but that's why it's so much fun to say. Just mind who you say it to, not to get into too much trouble.
The drunk looks at him and says, "Hey, Albert, let him make his own coffee." You get it? Let him make his own coffee. Hey,
That's funny, but don't give up your day job.
Oh, come on, Big Al.
Don't let that woman near the box. She'll take all the fritters.
Fritters?
Mm-hmm.
Samantha, I am your mother. Give me that box.
I'm your brother. And I painted your pool.
What?
I don't know.
Help, John. What should I do?
Spit in the box.
Don't give up your day job.
Don't give up your day job.
Get it? Don't give up your day job means don't try to make money doing what you just did because you will go hungry. Idiom E. Every dog has his day. It means that everyone gets a chance, that sometimes you get to be lucky. Let's say you're watching the final game of the playoffs and some nobody scores the deciding goal. That's when you say, "Wow, man, I guess every dog has his day."
Oh, whoops. Oh, thanks, lad.
Oh, look! Well, I think you deserve this, Gromit, for a brave and splendid marrow. We've all got a lot to thank you for.
Every dog has his day.
Hey, we're Mystic Spiral, and we're here to honor Brittany Taylor, 'cause every dog has his day.
What they call me? They're cute. Yeah.
You put me on a short leash and threw away my hydrant.
Hey, we got a body!
Get the camera, now! It's locked and the keys are inside. I guess every dog has his day. Hey, kid, you want to make $10? Yeah. You know how to use one of these things?
Duh.
Seems to be in tune. Let's do this.
Idiom F. What's a good way to describe a person in good health and shape? Fit as a fiddle. Why a fiddle? Probably because it has a beautiful shape, but also because of the thing called alliteration with the word fit. It just rolls off your tongue. Fit as a fiddle.
You can't gain that much in a marathon. You can lose an awful lot. So you can be as fit as a fiddle and ready to roll, but if you get stomach cramps, it's going to impede your running performance.
You know, I think first of all, you are at an advantage if you're a good swimmer, because it's the only part of the sport that's really technique-based. You can be as fit as a fiddle and do one length and your heart rate's 180 because you're just thrashing. So I did have, I wouldn't say an advantage, but I did have that on my side.
There is a different version of this idiom, which I personally like more. Just replace fiddle with flea. You know, that insect that lives on animals and jumps 100 times higher than its own height.
Excuse me, Mama. I've rather a headache.
What was that about?
Rosamond, you spent the afternoon together. Did Edith mention anything was bothering her?
No, she's just very tired. She'll be fit as a flea tomorrow.
Fit as a fiddle, fit as a flea, pick whatever you like more. In the meantime, we are at idiom G, to get a taste of your own medicine. Going back to our example with the loud neighbor, let's say you play Tchaikovsky loud enough for the whole building to hear, because classical music is good for you. But then one day you're sick and you just want to relax in silence, and your neighbor decides to blast Slayer at full volume. Well, you just got a taste of your own medicine.
sweetie. Maybe it's time you retired from paparazziing. It's never fun to get a taste of your own medicine.
You're right. I'm giving up photography and my own medicine. So long, anti-clotting agent.
Because you don't get that by nature. You don't get that.
Yeah, that's why it's man-made.
Alien-made.
Alien-made.
The reason why it's probably not aliens is its trajectory around the sun was completely determined by gravitational forces.
See that? That trajectory was completely controlled by gravitational forces, but somebody made it go to here. Checkmate. That, my friend, is called a taste of your own medicine.
Idiom H, to have your head in the clouds. This is an easy one. If you dream and plan instead of making that dream come true, you have your head in the clouds.
Action steps will lead to results. It's really easy to talk about theoretical and conceptual stuff, to be talking about things up in the clouds of what could be, what's possible, and everything. It's never going to get them results. It's going to get their head in the clouds, it's going to get them excited, but it's never going to get them results.
I was a dreamer. I was with my head up high in the clouds, not connected with my feet to the ground, and I liked it there.
Carmen's been skipping school twice a month.
Why?
I don't know. Any of those school friends Junie talks about having?
Yeah, Diego somebody and Ronaldo.
No such beasts. It turns out the other kids, they pick on him. He has no friends.
It doesn't help that he has his head in the clouds, making these weird drawings and burying himself into that demented kids show.
Idiom I is one of my favorites. It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Hey, you! When is this over?
It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Is that one bad enough for you, son? Let's go get a burger.
This is actually how this phrase came into being. It dates back to the times when opera was all the rage. One of Richard Wagner's works featured a 20-minute-long scene with a Valkyrie who was traditionally presented by a plump lady. And since the scene was the very last one in the performance, our phrase came into being. It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
I don't think I've ever had so much fun.
I'm glad to have been of service.
Hey, it ain't all over till the fat lady sings. Don't you disappoint me by giving up.
How did closing arguments go?
Chandler's good.
They are going to find for you, Harry.
Yeah, we'll see. Ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Oh, speaking of fat ladies, have a cookie.
While we're at it, let's take a look at these weird ain't and till. Ain't is the same thing as am not, is not, are not, have not, and has not. Yeah, very convenient. But that's not what we call proper English. It actually used to be proper, but you know, languages change. So don't use it unless it's in this phrase or maybe a couple of others. Till is short for until. It's not as bad as ain't, so you can use it in speech, but not in writing. And our last idiom for today is idiom L, like riding a bicycle. If you know how to ride a bike, it doesn't matter how long it's been since the last time you had your feet on the pedals. You'll get on it and ride half a century later if you have to. And there's a lot of things that you just don't forget how to do, especially if you learned them as a kid.
Charlie!
It's not what you think. She's the maid. I slipped. It just happened. I was drunk. I'm sorry. Please don't leave me.
Charlie, it's 2012.
What? Oh, right. We're divorced. Man, that was like riding a bicycle.
Hi, I'm Jen. Charlie cheated on me a lot.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I kind of figured that out. I haven't been with anybody in a long time.
Same here. Do you know what they say? It's like riding a bicycle.
Okay. Should I just play a little something? Yeah, but, you know, if it doesn't work out, don't feel bad. Well, hopefully this is like riding a bicycle.
Alright, let's go over our phrases again. Actions speak louder than words. It's better to let people see what you do, not hear what you have to say. To bark up the wrong tree means to look for a solution in the wrong place. To cost an arm and a leg means to be very expensive, to cost too much. Don't give up your day job means you are horrible at this. Every dog has his day means everybody gets a chance. Fit as a fiddle or fit as a flea means in good health and in good shape. To get a taste of your own medicine means to be treated the same way you treated someone. To have your head in the clouds means to dream instead of doing. It ain't over till the fat lady sings means I still have a chance, I can still do this. And it's like riding a bike means I still remember how to do this. Go to howmanywords.org to find out the size of your vocabulary. Subscribe to the channel to learn more cool phrases. If you've enjoyed this video, like it and share it with friends. And I'll see you in the next one.